So, I'm going to review Eyes of Wakanda, and overall, I thought it was okay. And I'm going to go in a spoiler review. It's a spoiler review. I'm going to give all spoilers. So, Eyes of Wakanda is basically a show about the war dogs of Wakanda going throughout the ages, retrieving artifacts, which is not exactly what I thought the show would be, but I'll get to that in a second. Overall, I do think Black Panther, like the first film, is kinda overrated. I'm sorry, it's pretty overrated. It's not the best MCU film. It's not one of them. I wouldn't even put it in my top 10. Like, I've heard people say it's a top 10 MCU film. No, it's not. No, it's not. All the Avengers films are better. All the Guardians films are better. Captain America, Winter Soldier, and Civil War are better. Doctor Strange is better. I would even say Fantastic Four, First Steps, and Thunderbolts are better. Two recent projects. No Way Home's better. Oh yeah, all the Spider-Man films are better. Like, I can easily name probably 15 that are better in Black Panther, but that's besides the point. I do think it's good. I'm not saying it's like terrible, one of the worst. It's just like it's not one of the best, not one of the worst. It's just good. Okay. Same thing with Wakanda Forever. It's worse than Black Panther 1, but still good. This is probably the only one made by Ryan Coogler that I can probably not call good. It's not bad, it's just okay. I think it's one of the bottom. It's probably my bottom 5 of MCU shows, but I'll get to that later. Anyways, so I'm basically just going to go episode by episode talking about it. Except I will just say one thing. I'll go through it in the episode reviews, but this, I just didn't get enough Wakanda, I feel like. I sort of heard that it's kind of just like Wakandan period throughout the ages. And I'm like, that's cool. We get to see Wakanda through the ages and all these things. It's like, well, technically we saw Wakandans throughout the ages, but we barely saw Wakanda. And we barely went to the lore. There was not a single Black Panther except for technically the finale where it's a Black Panther, but like not even the main character. I'm gonna go over it. Anyways, episode 1 is fine. It really is fine. The villain, I guess, is good. The main former Dora Milaje is fine. I really am mixed. This is also one of the things. It's just like no voice actor blew me away. No character blew me away. They're all just kind of fine. Like, will I remember any of them? Nope, I barely remember them now. They're pretty forgettable. And that's maybe just me being like an anthology series is kind of just worse in how you just gotta forget the characters. Like, I mean, maybe that's not even true because I remember basically every character from every main character from What If. Like, sure, I remember them, but I like don't know their names. Like, besides the point, this episode is overall just fine. Although I will say, the animation to me doesn't blow me away. People say they love it. I personally don't. I don't know. It's just like sometimes it can feel stunted or not stunted, just like static and like a bit boring. The action scenes are well animated. And, of course, I'm not saying this is, like, one of the worst animated superhero shows. Like, Invincible and Batman Caped Crusader definitely have worse animation. I'm not even saying it's bad animation. I'd say it's on par with What If and Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I'm just saying it's not it's not that good, in my opinion. It's not, like, fantastic. And the animation didn't blow me away. It's passable. Like, I can watch a show with it. I was like, I know I'm saying it like, oh, it's meh animation. I don't think that. It's fine. It's good. Anyways, this episode was fine, like a 6.1 out of 10. It's literally just fine. Episode 2 is a step up, but it poses maybe my biggest problem with the series. Where's Wakanda? We are not in Wakanda at all. We're in the Trojan War. And I get it's cool, like, oh, Wakandan played this role with Achilles in the Trojan War. Why? I don't, like, just don't get it. I just don't get it. Why do this? It would have been, in my opinion, just way more interesting for you to go through Wakanda throughout the ages and how it developed, how it started. I guess we already technically know that, but like go through it and how it was and how it changed, stuff like that. You know, I just don't get it. I just don't get why we don't do that. It's just like, show us Wakanda. This is Eyes of Wakanda. But we barely see or develop Wakanda. You may say, well, there's 2 movies. It's like, yeah, that's modern day, present day Wakanda. Why don't we see the past? Isn't that like kind of the whole point of the show, going back to the past to see Wakanda? But we basically only get Wakandans. It's kind of just disappointing to me, but I guess maybe I misunderstood the premise and I came in with false hopes. And even if I did, I still think the episode is almost good. I think it's kind of good. I did kind of just not like the main character by the end, and how he just betrayed Achilles, and maybe that is the point. It probably is the point. If it's not, then they just made an unlikable character who I think is a bad person. But anyways, I guess he's not even unlikable. He's a fine character again. All of them are fine characters. I guess his dynamic with Achilles was fun, and there's some good action. Yeah. Episode 3 is the Iron Fist episode, and overall, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Also, the last episode gets like a 6.8 out of 10. Anyways, this episode it's fine. The main character can be a bit annoying. Iron Fist is a bit underdeveloped. Marvel doesn't really do Iron Fist that well. They made a terrible show about Iron Fist, and I guess a fine adaptation of Iron Fist. I was kind of just thinking, until she just, like, used her powers to defeat him, I was like, you have powers! Use them! Especially when she was starting to lose, I'm like, come on. But anyways, sorry. I know she does use them, so it's not really a complaint. But Iron Fist is cool. The action in this episode's cool. But overall, it's just fine. Other than Iron Fist being it, I have no opinion. So, like a 6.4 out of 10. Fine. Anyways, so now we are at the finale. Probably the best episode. The future stuff with the Horde. By the way, I don't know if I just randomly came up with this connection. Is the Horde supposed to be... It's probably not, especially since the Horde that I'm thinking of, which is what the Fulcrum leads. If you don't know what the Fulcrum is, it's basically like one of, if not the most powerful, not the most powerful, there's one above all. One of the most powerful beings in Marvel Comics, and he has this thing called the Horde, which is kind of an enemy to the Celestials, and I don't exactly remember his design, but I remember them kind of being like this, so I was thinking, is this the Horde, like the Fulcrum Horde? Probably not, because of how weak they are comparative to that Horde, but I don't know how I made that connection. But yeah, the future stuff was kind of neat, although the time travel rules, I guess since you can make an excuse as a projection, I think they were trying to say that it's a projection to the past, and it's not her time traveling to the past. Actually, maybe that's not even what that. It does break the time travel rules established in Loki and Loki and Endgame, where it makes a branch if you go back in time, which I guess is also de-established in Loki, since Loki changes his own past in the TV, but he also did that in the TVA. My point is, they break the time travel rules. It feels more like a standard time travel, like you go back in time to change the future instead of you go back in time to make a branch timeline. It's different. I don't know why they changed it. They just did. And I guess you could say that she's projecting herself back in time and not going actually back in time. So it's more or less not time travel because she isn't going back in time, but I'm pretty sure she is, especially since she's harming the people. And I think that is a change. And that would be defined as a Nexus event, I think they were called in Loki, where it would make a new timeline, but they didn't make a new timeline. Why? I don't know. Otherwise, the episode is good, I guess. It's setting up Killmonger, and how he kind of wins in opening up Wakanda and why this and that. It's overall fine. I really don't care. I'm going to be 100% honest. I actually came in with expectations of the show. I wasn't indifferent. I was actually like, hey, this is a cool concept. They can use it well. And I came out of, it's okay. It's really, really meh. I guess there's a connection. And also, one thing I did notice is that the Watcher seems to appear in every single animated project. Oh yeah, I forgot I Am Groot was animated. He appears in, he appears in I Am Groot. Obviously, What If. He cameos in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, X-Men 97, and this. So, just a neat connection I found. I can't wait to see him in Marvel Zombies. But, anyways, that was fun. Yeah, I really just, I will probably forget this show in a month. Phase 6 started off actually amazing with Fantastic Four. I probably have adjusted my review from a 9.5 to maybe just a 10 out of 10. I love that film. And also, I got rid of my Galactus problem, but I'm not going to go in Fantastic Four right now. And overall, I think it's just fine at best. I don't get it. I don't get it. I think it could have been great. It was not great. Definitely not great. It was just fine. Just fine. Nothing special. Like a 6 out of 10. Yeah, I know that's lower than every episode rating, but that's kind of how it works for this series. It's lesser than the sum of its parts, but the sum of its parts are just fine. Surely I just don't, I don't get it. I don't. I feel like they could have explored Wakanda better. I feel like they could have made more interesting characters. And yeah, I really just don't know what to say about this series because it's just really, it exists, I guess. This is probably in my opinion, it's a bottom tier MCU show. And yeah, I know people hate on What If. But honestly, I think this is worse than What If. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man and X-Men 97. I won't compare it to I Am Groot because I Am Groot is just so different. It's fun, I guess. I Am Groot. There's the most I will ever go into I Am Groot. It's fun. But anyways, yeah, this show was kind of a disappointment to me. It was just okay at best. It was really just nothing. I found the word decent. It's so decent. It's nothing great, nothing awful, just very decent. Overall, I don't think the show's good. I have seen people who think the show's good. That guy Sammy J Reacts, I believe he liked it. Gave it a 7 out of 10 based off his rating, but I don't like it, okay? That's my opinion. If you disagree with me, which no one's gonna comment on this video. If you disagree with me, you can make a comment, and I will maybe understand your point. I just don't like this show. Bye.